A safe haven in the heart of Brooklyn for domestic violence survivors and their pets, and of course our favorite, dogs. Is celebrating 10 years of hope, healing, and the special bond of pet ownership through difficult times through a program called PALS, which is people and animals living safely. Where was the impetus of PALS? How did that come about?
Our police department each year answers about 272,000 calls for help. Our domestic violence hotlines, they answer about 85,000 calls, people ready and in need of help because they're a victim of domestic violence and are seeking services. When someone is ready and in need of a safe space, the Urban Resource Institute answers that call. We have about 1,200 safe spaces in our domestic violence portfolio here in New York City, and our impact is significant. We've become the largest provider of domestic violence shelter services in the country. And so we're able to serve a lot of people. And victims of domestic violence, they love their pets. And we understood that this is real for people, that if they can't bring their pet with them when they're seeking safety, they might not seek safety.
We did some research several years ago on the impact that not being able to bring your pets with you has on survivors. 37% of survivors with pets say their abusers have hurt, threatened, or even killed their pets in a violent situation. And 50% of survivors have reported that they would not leave a dangerous situation if they could not bring their pet with them.
Historically, domestic violence sheltering in general has not been welcoming, accommodating of pets. We were the first program in New York City and still the only domestic violence shelter program to accept pets. And so these are people that may have been talking to advocates, to the hotline, to different community organizations, and no one's asking about their pets and recognizing that they're members of the family.
Is it fair to say PALS Place, where we are, is the prototype of the type of facilities that you would like to see going forward?
Absolutely. When URI does shelter, it is very much from a client-centered and trauma-informed approach. And so every new shelter, every existing shelter that we put together, it's purpose-built. So from the color of the paint on the walls to the finishes, we approach all of these decisions with the understanding that the people who will be here, them and their pets and their families, have experienced trauma, and we want to make sure that the environment supports their healing as best as it can. And so this is the prototype for what a shelter, what temporary housing for survivors, their families, and their pets can and should look like.
We really want the family to feel welcome with the pet included. So when they arrive at the shelter, we'll have a crate, food, bowls, leashes, toys, blankets set up for them so that they feel like, wow, this is really a relief and my pet is included. We've also worked on building pet parks at our PALS locations and get funding to build spaces that are beautiful. That was the point of the roof here, is that we wanted to make this space where it felt, it was nice to get fresh air and be outside and spend time with your animals, but it also felt relaxing and lovely for the humans. Life in shelter, it feels really, really hectic. It's overwhelming. There's a lot of appointments that people have to go to. They're trying to work through their goals, what's next, education, work programs, getting their kids set up in a new school potentially. And so we've had so many residents report to us that that moment of coming home at the end of the day and having their dog there to greet them, is the best part of their day and does bring that sense of comfort and, I can do this and we're gonna get through this.
How significant is this 10-year mark for the PALS program?
It's huge. We've grown so much and we've shown that this is possible, and it's possible to do at a large scale. We have served more than 500 families, close to 700 pets. They're with us for a long time. They're living successfully in the shelter environment. It's not, causing a nuisance and wreaking havoc. It's very normal, and it's a very doable program, and it provides such an important service for people who are seeking safety.
If you would like to find out more about the PALS program or how you can help, you can visit urinyc.org/PALS. I'm AJ Ross for AKC TV.